Live Footy, episode 13. Welcome, Frankie Bench.
Thank you. 13, lucky for some or unlucky for some. We'll see how we go.
Always too much to say. Welcome, Nick Dalseno, to the show. A bit quieter in the AFL in the weekend round 12. How'd you see it?
I saw it okay,
Yeah.
but the thing that stood out for me is that my mind and my body needs a rest. So at the mid-year break for St Kilda, really looking forward to having 5 days off.
And our boy running in some very nice
Yes.
form. A bit more, we're going to touch on that a little
Getting
bit
hot
later.
down that side of the desk again.
It is very hot at the moment with Nick Dalseno. Now, how'd you see the round of footy?
Well, I didn't see much in the AFL that stood out, but I did see Brendan Favola kick 18 goals, 6 in local footy down in Tasmania.
Yep.
Dominated like a big kid in junior footy. He kicked a few easy points as well, so they could have easily have been goals, and who knows, he could have kicked 26, 25 goals. Unfortunately, he didn't, but fantastic. And as I said, it was a bit boring the round, so I brought my pillow on. I've been doing a lot of snoozing.
Nice and pink too.
It is nice and pink.
Is that the girlfriend's?
Yes, it is the girlfriend's pillow, and I might just nod off because it has been boring. Not your fault, because you've been good, and I've enjoyed watching you. And but I could nod off just to continue this.
Hopefully you do nod off, then we have to speak to you. The only guy that probably didn't nod off on the weekend and it wasn't boring was Gary Ablett. 4 goals, 42 touches. He's clocked the game of AFL. Is there any more he can do?
Well, not much on the weekend, I wouldn't have thought, particularly the way he responded after being a little bit criticised the week before. Had 20 possessions, then to turn up, over 40 possessions, 4 goals. Thank you very much.
Maybe he should continue playing AFL, the Wii version, because he's too good for the real stuff. So they played on Wii.
I reckon we should get into Twitter hard hitter.
I love Twitter hard here.
Oh, I love this segment.
We do.
@Simon has proclaimed that it is a joke that there has been 3 rounds of buys in a row. Players get 3 months off over summer. This is the most boring season ever. Well, there you go. The theme of boringness just continues on this show. I tend to agree. I reckon that you get enough time off over the summer. You lot of footballers, you're paid very well. Put on a spectacle for us. Do something.
Yeah, we only get paid for 10 months, so if you paid us a little bit more, we'd probably go
Oh, right.
If you want to work out your contracts based on 10 months now, you would be making more than it seems.
I think that's a harsh email in there to say that it's been a boring year. I think maybe you guys feel had a boring weekend, and I may accept that, but to say the year's been boring, I think is a bit harsh. It's been a really even competition. I think it's exciting.
Well, why couldn't they do the buys over the Olympics?
Good point.
I don't know.
Come on, you're a
I'm
player.
not Demetrio. Why would you say that?
Not to make you. So, what are you doing?
I'm excited. Sorry if I jumped out a little quick there to scare you a little bit, but it's Brownlow metal detector time.
It is.
And as always, we have to test it on the real stuff. That's real metal, that.
Yep.
34 touches.
Run me through the stats again, please.
34 touches, 2 goals. He was best on for mine.
Unfortunately.
Best on. Yep. If I was given the votes, I would give you 3.
And you know we lost though.
Doesn't
Yes.
matter. You're best on.
That's the only reason
There's no bias here. Yeah,
That's the only reason you may not get 3 votes, but we are going to test you because you were St Kilda's best by far.
Yep.
And there is some good, solid reception going on there.
That smirk tells me he knows he's running into some form now.
Actually, how's
Oh, I
the
admit I had it.
ankle? Because you
Yeah,
kicked
mate.
someone's leg.
Yeah, I did. No, I'm okay. I was
Still
a little
making
bit,
noise,
I was a little
so
bit worried
it's
when I
alright.
first did it, but I'm fine. Put up
Yeah.
really well.
Now, Dale, because we do love you and sometimes we do blue
2
on
votes,
this-
by the way. Sorry.
2 votes? You got the bottom of that. We do blue on this show a little bit sometimes, but we are supporters of you.
Yeah.
We just want to let you know how you're travelling because you have got the bye this weekend. You will be going away.
Correct.
2011, you're averaging 27 disposals per game.
Yeah.
You kicked 14 goals for the season.
Yep.
And you average 5.2 tackles per game. Now, you're going a little bit better last year, but you are running into some form.
Absolutely.
What's
And
he doing in 2012, Frankie?
Well, Dean, we have sprung this on him.
Yeah,
and
we
because we felt that you were a little bit down last week when we showed that you only had 6 votes
Yeah.
for the year, but that is now 8.
8.
Okay? 8 for the year so far. This time round, you're averaging 24 disposals, so it's a little bit down.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Don't be disheartened by that because you've kicked 11 goals from 12 games.
Yeah.
More than this time last year.
You're more damaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Your
the
super
tackle
coach is
count's
down.
a little bit down, but it doesn't matter because overall, Nick Dalseno, you're on 8 votes for the season. This time last year, you were on 7. Look out.
Yeah, so we've got you 1 ahead. How did you go and have 28 votes when you only had 7 to the halfway point of the season last year?
I had a better second half of the year, but so did the team. So I think it helps when you win games. You're naturally going to have more of the ball and play some better footy. So as long as we win games,
Yep.
you know, it's good to be a part of that. But
That's a scary sign.
I hate to break it to you guys, but I don't actually focus on Brownlow votes.
So an exclusive on GMY Footy, Nick Dalseno will win the Brownlow in 2012. Plenty more GMY Footy still to come. Oh, and Kane Lucas up next.
Tasmania. It's home to some of the toughest, harshest environments in the world. The weather can change in an instant. And yet Blunston has survived here for over 140 years. You don't survive that long without making a boot, that's tough on the outside, but soft on the inside. Blunston, tough by nature.
Welcome back to Gen Y Footy. Well, a special guest has joined us in the studio. He's a blue bag, and we love our blues, Frankie.
Love him. Love him.
And you like to think he's your best mate, so you can introduce him.
Kane Lucas, thank you very much for joining us. You've been hard to get on the show, this man, I tell you what.
Yeah, you've been giving a bit of late notice, so it's been hard to get on, but good to be here.
It's how the Gen Ys roll, though. Sort of spontaneous and late notice.
That's right. Now, Kane, you played the 7 games this year. You haven't featured since the Melbourne game. Why is that?
Not too sure. I think you have to ask the coaching staff, but got
Is
dropped.
Aaron Joseph keeping you out?
No, Aaron's a very good player, so happy to be out if he's in.
Yep.
But just trying to get a bit more form in the VFL and try to squeeze back in there.
Now, Kane, I'll fire one away here, boys, if you don't mind. And it's just to let you know that's our third Carlton player we've had here. So we might even keep a tally on that.
Yeah.
So third Carlton
Well, you
player
won't
for
bring
the
any
year.
St Kilda players in.
Yeah,
so.
we've got stuff to do. A lot of talk about Radham this week and being on the bench. From a player's perspective, what are your thoughts on that? How's the interaction go? How do you feel?
It's obviously very different to having him up in the stands, but when you come off, he's there and he gives you a lot of feedback and
Positive or negative?
yeah, depending on what you come off the bench for. So sometimes if you get dragged, it's not great. You might get a bit of a spray, but yeah, he's an intense character, but he gives you good feedback. Or if you do something wrong, he gives you some feedback on that too. So
I know from an outsider looking in, I actually enjoy his enthusiasm and seeing him coach with a bit of emotion, all those sort of things. So I think keep at it. I
So you
like
want
it.
Waters on the boundary with you?
No, not necessarily our coach. I said Carlton's coach. And I like the way our setup is. And
You're never on the bench anyway, mate. You play 100% of games.
Now, mate, when you have been coming on, though, as the sub, you've been playing, wearing, what do you call it, Dal? He's the
bib.
He's the bib man.
Yep.
You come on, you do your job, just quite cement the spot in the side, but you played up in Ballarat last week and had a good game up there. When will we see Carlton try to get a few more wins on the board? What's the process? They need a win, mate. We need to see you in the finals this year.
Hawthorn, Collingwood. You need to get a win or no September, actually,
yeah,
Kane.
tough 2 weeks. So we got the bye this week, so a lot of boys will freshen up. Juddy and that, Murph's on his way back here. I think he's 4 or 5 away. So we'll freshen up and tackle Hawthorn. Hopefully we can get a win on the board.
Do you tweet?
I don't tweet.
Yeah,
They're
empty
all
pocket this week.
Yeah, I think they got $7,000 or something. So that's just a small change for those boys.
Especially for Murph. Now, we've got a photo here with you and your mum and dad on draft day. This is a cute
That's
little
nice.
photo. Now, you're from WA, so surely you get homesick. Just your 3rd year away from the family?
Yeah, 3rd year away. No, I was lucky enough to stay in a host family for 2 years. Jackson Trengrove's parents took me in, so they did all the cooking and cleaning for me, and I finally moved out. I think they had to kick me out, so I'm on my own now. But no, I got a girlfriend and 2 nice housemates. So
I thought you were going to say 2 girlfriends.
I thought you were going to say 2 kids.
no, 2 nice housemates as well. So yeah, settling in well.
Yeah, and there's also another photo here. This was on draft day, I think it was. Geez, you had pencil arms there. How much weight you put on since you've come out of been drafted to Carlton?
Yeah, I wasn't blessed with naturally big arms, so being in the weight room a fair bit, put on 7 or 8 kilos.
Yep.
So yeah, hopefully keep building those pipes up.
Yeah, Frank will give you some protein later too.
We do, because all our guests get the protein powder, of course, and the Blundstone shoes, so you don't go home empty-handed. But, mate, you seem like a very nice, placid kind of guy. Your name's Kane, which means... Oh, you do? Yeah, that rules me out. Don't be silly. Your name's Kane, which means warrior and battle. And you're quite the opposite.
Yeah, no, the boys have actually got a different nickname down in the club, so Warrior is quite different to my nickname. So,
What's the nickname?
Being blessed with sugar. So obviously
Sugar.
derived from sugar cane.
Yes.
And Juddy, the intelligent man he is, he blessed me with that the first day I walked in, so it's
Gee,
stuck
that's
ever
smart.
since.
Yeah. So do you think? So did you sign a 2-year deal at the end of last year?
Yeah, 2 years at the end of last year, so another year after this.
So is home calling or?
No, I'm pretty happy with being in Melbourne at the moment and hanging around the Blues. I think we've got a lot of big things to come, so pretty happy at the moment.
Now you want to find out where Luke Kane's from?
Well, this is the thing, because your mate Mitch Robinson, a friend of ours on the show, and he seems to think that you like to tell everybody that you're actually Portuguese, but everyone thinks you're Italian. Now, Lucas, that would be Italian heritage, is it not?
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
It sounds pretty Australian, Lucas. 2 first names I've been blessed with as well. But no, the boys seem to think I'm from some sort of heritage besides Australian.
Yeah.
So I just like to chuck a bit of bait out there and tell them I'm from Portugal. It sounds a bit, exotic and that. So they all think I'm Portuguese. So
Righto.
sorry to spoil them with that.
And do you also cop You look like Matthew Pavlich.
Yeah, there's a photo there. You do.
Yeah, I've caught that a fair bit. So yeah, caught both of that.
Well, the game that we were going to play was basically to identify whether this is a Portuguese icon or something that's from Italian. So we're going to reel off a couple of photos here, and basically however many you get right, that's what nationality you're going to become, okay? So we're going to basically do this citizenship right now. Okay, so here's the first photo. Where does this company derive from?
Definitely Portuguese. The boys actually think my parents own that. So definitely Portuguese.
Fantastic. 1 to Kane. So you're 1 on the board for Portugal.
0 to the Carlton Footy Club boys.
0 to Carlton, that's correct. Next one, mate. Where would you find this?
Oh, I believe that's in Italy. So yeah, Italy.
Absolutely. The Leaning Tower of Pisa. The next one. Where would you find something like that?
Oh, I don't drink much of that, so I think that'll be from Italy as well.
Righto, so 2 to Carlton.
Yeah.
Is that 2 to Kane?
2 to Kane.
2 to Kane. So Portugal aren't happy. Where's this man from?
Oh, my sporting hero. Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo, definitely Portuguese.
That's
Actually,
2 all then, is it?
2 all.
2 all.
They actually look pretty similar.
Oh, geez,
That's
I
a
wish.
compliment,
That's
isn't
a
it?
compliment,
You're
yeah.
at Paris Hilton.
You haven't been to Paris, have you?
No, not that I know of, maybe.
Next one. This man. Where's he from?
Good question. He looks like a bit of Irish or Scottish in him, I reckon.
What about the name?
What about the name? Yeah.
Del Santo.
Santa. Yeah, well, it sounds to be Portuguese, like. Hyphenated, is it?
Ooh, Del, do you want to give the answer and the verdict?
Well, I'm part Irish, so well done on that. Del Santo's Spanish originally, but my grandparents are Italian, so we'll put that down as Italy.
Well,
So 3 Italian, 2 Portuguese. You're Italian. Is that right? Is that how we...
well, I want to go to the audio question to show off the technology we can show off and provide here. So this is the audio question for you. What does this mean? It's coming.
Como você se chama?
Now, what language is that?
couldn't even hear it.
Did you hear that, mate?
Oh, I didn't get much of it, but
Just take a guess, because I don't reckon you'd get it anyway. Because I couldn't hear it either.
it sounded a bit Portuguese, so I do speak it fluently.
The man's from Portugal.
But it's 3 all. You had 3 Italian questions.
You're a half caste.
Yeah, I'll go with
You're half Portuguese, half
Dad from Portugal and Mum from Italy. How does that sound?
That makes a lot of sense.
It does make a lot. Kane, thank you for coming onto the show, mate. Hopefully you're back into the side. You got the bye this week, Carlton, and then you line up against Hawthorn.
Yeah, Hawthorn.
I reckon you'll be back, mate.
Yep.
Not the
Cheers.
sub. You'll be in the 21.
You'll be in the
playing
side.
with you on the ground.
Yeah, the bib doesn't look good on me, so hopefully I've got the real Guernsey on.
Yeah, you
And-
don't go home empty-handed, Frankie.
I was at the Collingwood game, Dean. He came on as a sub and dominated. So there's something for you, Brett Ratton, getting back out there to play the big games. Now, we don't, like I said, you don't go home empty-handed. You get the vital strength, muscle mass, weight gainer, and also the Blundstone lifestyle range shoes to take home all the way back to Perth if you like to. If you're going away, give them to your family, your Portuguese dad and your Italian mum, up to you.
Or your girlfriend.
Or your girlfriend.
Beautiful, sounds good. I'll work on those pipes.
Plenty more Gen Y footy still to come. Dell's inbox up next.
Hey guys, so you're gonna have protein after your workout, right? But hang on, you need the right protein to get the right results. Vital Strength Pro Muscle. It builds serious muscle, not just bulk. Vital Strength Hydroxy Ripped, getting you lean and ripped faster. Vital Strength Launch, the great tasting low carb whey protein. Are you getting the right results from your protein? Complete nutrition is vital. Always insist on Vital Strength.
Welcome back to Gen Y Footy. Big thank you to Kane and Lucas for stopping by. It is now time for Dell's inbox.
Another big segment, boys. Very excited.
You got mail.
Thanks to who? Thanks to Blundstone. Ching. Nearly had me there. I'm going to be a quick one today, guys, because I'm in a bit of a hurry. Got to get away for a 5-day break. So a couple of good ones, and then we'll get out of here. This is from @FrumpyPants96. Hi, Dell. It's Frumps again. Dean and Frankie's schoolmate. Or Frank's Beans is what you used to be called. Well done on the weekend, hey. You finally got a kick. Yeah, thanks a lot. Anyways, Dean said last week that he played in his squash final. Did he get the win? Ask him, would you please?
Yeah, Dean.
Dean, how did you go in squash last week? Because you had that silly goggles on, you had your little sweatband.
I personally lost in 5 and lost 13-15 in the last, so which I lost my rubber,
Yeah, okay.
not the rubber you're thinking of, and and the team lost too. So I lost my squash grand final.
Okay.
It's always bad to lose a rubber.
Thanks for your answer there, Dean.
So I lost, Frumpy.
Okay, and Frumpy's gone on to say, anyways, here's a pic I took on my knocker in Year 7 of Dino playing squash. He was the worst in the class. further proof that he was fat as. So here's a photo of you, Dino. So good comeback there.
Grumpy Pants, that'll be the last time we read out your letter on this.
Grumpy Pants, you've ruined it for everyone here. Number 2, let's get this over and done with, is from True Saners. Hey Dale, thanks for finally showing the True Saners Award last week. We thought you'd lost it. Cheers, thanks a lot for showing it. P.S. You won't win it this year. You're too inconsistent.
Very blunt.
So a little bit of a pump up and then a little bit of a cheap one. So thanks a lot. I accept that.
Harsh but fair. It's now time for Put Your House on It.
Yes, we're putting our houses on it.
We are, and I told you that your mob wouldn't beat Adelaide in Adelaide.
Hey, you were
and I was
lucky.
right.
You were lucky. You nearly did.
We're lucky. That was the driving force. I mentioned to the boys before the game that Dino had tipped against us and that we needed to get the win against all odds. Nearly got there.
But I was wrong, wasn't I?
Well, you were
No, I
just
was right.
right.
I was right.
Just
That's
right.
right.
It was
Fell
close.
short.
It was
Very
close.
close.
So I didn't eat snail, so it's back to this man.
This man, yes, I am.
woman.
I am choosing to go for Collingwood, Dan, to beat the West Coast Eagles at the MCG.
Ooh.
It's a good one.
So that's
2 quality teams in
that's
good
risky.
form.
Exactly. So that's putting the snails on the line there.
I don't reckon West Coast are any good outside Pasden Stadium. They haven't got their WA umpires and they haven't got their crowd behind them.
Oh,
Do you agree?
oh, it's just controversial.
Controversial.
Pretty good still. They won a premiership on the G.
Yeah, how long ago was that?
That was 6 years ago.
Yeah, I just think that it's very uneven when you go over there.
Fair enough. Well, anyway, that's my bet, and we'll see how we go. So snails. Not that I like snails, but that's why I hope for
Well, you'll be
Collingwood.
eating them. No, you won't be eating them. Now, Dale, you're heading, where are you going for your break?
Off to Port Douglas for a few days.
You have the Saints, all your Saints fans following you.
Yeah, it'd be good to see him up there. Get some nice warm weather, get this pasty skin back to a reasonable colour. And,
Do you turn up?
Yeah, I'll go a little bit red first, and then that red turns into like a nice golden brown.
Oh, right.
Is there Solarians up in Port Douglas
I'm
that
not
you can duck
sure.
into
Not
in case?
sure. No, I'm going to save the money. $10 a session. I'll just get the real raise.
What are you going to be doing up there?
No, just relaxing. I've been up there a couple of times before and had a little bit of sightseeing, so I've done all that. Just looking forward to some quiet time, get the mind away from football and let the body recover.
I used to continue this talk after the show. It's good. That's all that time for on Gen Y Footy. We'll see you next week. Have a good trip, mate.
Will do. Thanks a lot, mate.